What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Show back with another video, and today, should you buy Marvel's Midnight Suns? Now, it's currently on sale for I think like $40 to $50. I think it's on sale on PlayStation Store, man, like already. And I know the game has a lot of mixed reviews, but I'm not really here to review it. I'm here to really specifically talk about the game. Obviously, no sponsor review here, so we gonna really get into the pros and cons of the game. And I just finished it, so I'm definitely down to talk about the ins and outs of Marvel's Midnight Suns. Like I said, this is a late video because the game came out, December? So, I mean, let's not expect like a full-blown review. This is my honest thoughts about how I enjoyed the game and some things I didn't enjoy about the game. Alright, so first let's talk about some of the other reviews. People reviewed it. They basically said that the story, like the dialogue and stuff, was very Saturday morning cartoons. Like, basically, it didn't have the best like dialogue writing in the entire game, and that's one thing I definitely can agree with. When I first started playing this, and like some of the cutscenes, you just kind of feel like this is such a lame or corny joke, or you know what I'm saying, this isn't really funny, or it's coming off as very annoying. But if I'm being truthfully honest with you, it kind of grew on me a lot. It grew on me a lot. I think the more I started to get the characters and get their personality traits, I started to kind of overlook some of the weirder options in dialogue. So like I said, the more people started getting added to the house, I started to like some of the information I was given. Like, yeah, some of the dialogue was kind of off, but it gave me a lot of insight into certain characters, you know, abilities and the personalities. For instance, Magic is one of my new favorite heroes now. You know what I'm saying? I guess she's a New Mutant. And now she was in that movie, New Mutants. I never watched the movie, though, because people said it was trash. I might end up going back and watch it because people said this game was terrible, and I loved it. So getting to see her and find out more about her and her story and stuff in Limbo, because all that stuff is included here. One thing this game doesn't lack on is dialogue options. It can obviously be way too much dialogue at times, but it's very skippable. You know what I'm saying? I never really cried over the fact that I had to skip some dialogue here and there if it got a little bit too long. But you get to learn so much about these characters and so much about their life. Like Nico from the Runaways. When I was younger, I used to go to the public library. Short little tangent, but I used to go to the public library, and another friend of mine's who we used to like read these books together, and our parents ended up getting us like a couple books. I think one was like Maximum Ride or whatever, and the other one was like Runaway comics in the public library. So I was able to I actually knew who Nico was like in depth before actually meeting her here in the Midnight Suns game, you know, because I feel like she's a very obscure character. You wouldn't really think of Nico when you're thinking about like characters. I think she's gaining more popularity though, because the Runaways did have a TV show, albeit the TV show was kind of good in my opinion, but a little different from the actual comics. So take with that as you will. Robbie Reyes was also another character that I felt like I just didn't know. I knew he was a Ghost Rider. I seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and I realized he was the Ghost Rider after Johnny Blaze, but I really didn't understand how it all worked. In fact, I had to look it up because Johnny Blaze is also in this game, and if you play this game, I'm pretty sure you can guess what might be wrong with Johnny Blaze's portrayal in this particular game. Now, don't get me wrong, I like the way they portrayed him. It's just that one of the main cons of this game is the player's actions. You know what I'm saying? Like the actions of some of the heroes and stuff, because it seems like they're just off. Just slightly, but just off. Like something that you feel like Ghost Rider might not never do feels off. Wolverine being taller than some superheroes in the game, it's a little off, you know, in terms of just like it being inaccurate at times. That's definitely a con of the game. For me, it's not really a big one though. Because yes, you know, Johnny Blaze did make an uncharacteristic choice, but it made sense in terms of the story. There's so much I want to talk about in the actual story department, but I don't really want to spoil too much. But just know a lot of different larger-than-life characters appear in this one, and a lot of occult and really strong dimensional people appear in this one as like the villains. That's really cool. You know, it's just not just a fight against Lilith; it's a fight against more forces that control Lilith. Alright, so we got over basically like a con and a little bit of a plus to me, which was the dialogue. Like I said, in the beginning it was kind of like, towards the middle to the end, I actually really started to enjoy the dialogue. I started to enjoy getting to know characters and, you know, doing the little friendship things, seeing what they would do as they got more close with Hunter and stuff, and I really started to like that. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Not really elephant, because this is like the most unified decision to say that the gameplay is good. The gameplay is really, really good. It's really good. It's really satisfying. I will go ahead and mention the con though. One of the cons is that the mission system can be quite repetitive, and it really just ended up being like a grind fest. You go there, you get like a cache or a gamma coil, and you know, rinse and repeat. Now I thought the little mobile card game system was going to feel, for lack of a better word, very phone-like to me. You know, I thought it was gonna be like a phone game, and in reality, it kind of feels that way. But in no way am I feeling bad about that, because I really do like this gameplay system. Now I know for a lot of people, turn-based is the turn-off, and this is not necessarily. It is turn-based, but it is different in a sense, with the cards and strategies and stuff, and you know, a little bit of RNG. I hate games where RNG feels like, you know what I'm saying, because for me, I don't consider myself lucky. So in games of RNG, I just get totally messed over because, you know, I just have terrible luck. But in this game, it's like, it's so many different ways, so many different combos you can actually affect your luck, or actually affect your hand outcome and stuff, and the way you can build your own little card decks or whatever. It sounds stupid. It really does sound stupid, but it's worth it. Trust me. Like, this game, if you're on the fence, definitely get this game, because the gameplay alone will have you playing for hours. Now, I told you about those missions, those side missions being kind of repetitive. They have like the same type of objective. They do get more varied as you go on. Like in the beginning, you'll be fighting a lot of Hydra. They do get better as you go on. But from being truthfully honest here, it's still repetitive. But I had a lot of fun doing them. Trying to collect all the cards for each hero and stuff. I love the way that each hero has their own different playstyle. Like Nico has, you know, random effects on her cards because the Stat the One is a very random and powerful magical tool. You know, Scarlet Witch can play with people's minds, and you know, and Captain America has like very crazy defensive capabilities. Doctor Strange has a lot of really cool magical effect cards. They all play their really specific role. They all play differently. Only complaint I do have though is that you get one particular hero very, very late in the game. I think like before like the last mission. It's like you get like a couple little side missions you can do before you actually get done with this character. That's my only complaint, because I feel like, yeah, it's something that they're giving you like New Game Plus for. You know what I'm saying? But they gave it to you at the very end of the game due to like kind of story reasons. But I will say, I beat the game and I'm done with the game as of right now. I'm not really looking to platinum it. I had to spend at least 30, 40 hours. I don't think they have a counter where you can actually see how much time you spent in the game, which I guess I'll go through PlayStation and look for that. But I played a lot of this game and it was fantastic. It was definitely worth it. Good game, especially on sale right now. Really, really good game. I'm off to Soul Hackers now. That's another game I kind of skipped over, and now that it hopped on sale, I'm gonna play it again. But I will be picking this back up for Switch to review the actual Switch version, because this is something I would play again. But by the time Switch version comes out, there should be DLC out, so I will get to play with new characters. So with that being said, guys, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video.